What's going on, guys? K-Star here, your boy, back again with another action figure collectible unboxing review. Today we're going to be doing something very special to me, very awesome. Took me a long time of self-coaxing to do this review for you guys today. So we're going to be rolling back a bit to SH Figuarts, and we're going to be doing the SH Figuarts Star Wars The Mandalorian BESKAR armour, so his nice silver Mandalorian armour, action figure and collectible. So this is probably one of my favourite figures in my collection, if not my favourite. He's absolutely awesome, and I'm biased because I love the Mandalorian, so I just can't resist. So as you can see there's the Mando looking awesome. So as per, we'll go straight into it. Unfortunately, we have to start with the box, the boring parts. Start with, as always, we have the box. I've got him out already because he was already on display in my collection, but the Mando will be nice and snug in his window display box, golden and black, looking really awesome, which you can't argue with. So you have the front of the box and you can see bits of his accessories, which by the way he comes with loads, a boatload. So we'll get into them a bit later. So you got the front of the box, Mandalorian, Star Wars, etc. You got the side, not much going on there. Picture of a lightsaber, holographic Star Wars. You got the back with some nice art of the Mando doing his thing with some of his accessories that he comes with, which, as I said, is a lot. Some Japanese shebang on the back, and at the bottom, SH Figuarts, blah blah blah. Some nice art of the Mando there, looking at us, very agitated, very nice. On the top, nothing too interesting. Same again on the top. So yeah, that's the box. What we'll do is I'll crack the box open now, ready, so then we can just go straight into accessories. And you do get that nice little Mando Tatooine sunset display at the back of the box, which is also a Brucey bonus, so you can't go wrong. So for now, we'll leave his bits at the back and we'll get straight in. So today we have our Mandalorian warrior looking epic. As I said, paint and sculpt work on this guy, absolutely amazing. And you're probably laughing at me because I've left the plastic in, because I like this guy that much. I don't even take it out. I'll just keep him in display. And I really don't want to break this. So when we do some articulation, I won't be going insane, as you know. Even more so today. So to start with our boy, the Mando, we'll go to his head. His helmet looking really sharp, a nice metallic, slick, silver, titanium look with the black mirrored visor, absolutely pristine, no blemishes, not a blemish in sight all the way around. While we're here, we may as well rotate round to the jetpack. So I've got his jetpack installed, his BESKAR Rising Phoenix, absolutely pristine again, looks awesome. You got his cloak, his cape. It's not wired, but it's still a material brown cloak, which is nice. They didn't have to add that. They could have made it plastic, which would have been a pain, but they made it material for us. We've got his shoulder pads, the metallic titanium silver, and the mudhorn sigil, absolutely lovely. His chest plate, as always, his bandolier, silver. We've got little baby Yoda there, who's not SH Figuarts, unfortunately, but you can get the Black Series one, which is a bit small, I must admit, little Grogu there, but to be honest, I didn't want to pay £50 for a little baby Yoda, so I decided to pay £7, and I got baby Yoda with a few bits, so that was pretty nice, and it goes nicely with him. I've got his BESKAR knife accessory, as you can see there, already in his hand, so that looks pretty awesome, as my camera won't focus, never does. His wrist guards, same again, his fingers painted quite nicely. You go down to the rest of his armour, his belt, different shading on his armour, and his crotch area, no jokes intended. You got his shin guards, metal into rusted, which is cool. You've got his holster for his pistol. Very nice, that's detachable as well. You can see the different shading on his armour and his thermal detonators there. As Baby Yoda falls off, sorry for that dude. Pick him back up, that's not very nice. We don't like doing that to Baby Yoda. Legs and shin guards, still so much paint and detail all around this guy. Absolutely amazing. I just love it. Very biased because I love it. I love the show. Yep, boots painted a normal brown. Sculpt. Very, very awesome. Not a blemish in sight. Not a defect in sight. So, that's some paint and detail. One of the best Mandalorian figures I've seen to date. The Mafex one might impress us even more. The Mafex one actually comes with a Baby Yoda as well, but it doesn't come with a jetpack, so we might have to grab that as well, just for the bants, because we love the Mandalorian. So anyway, fortunately, we're going to have to go into my favourite part of the video, not the articulation. So, Mr. Mando, this is where he doesn't shine as much according to some people. So, if you're not like me and you love your figures to have a lot of articulation, this might not be for you. He has got a lot of points of articulation, but you can't really pose him other than the warrior pose. So, we'll start with his head. Easy. You can swivel it all the way around, nothing wrong with that. Up only about that far, and down to his chest very far. But as you know in the show, Mando's not going to be looking further than that when he's flying around on his Rising Phoenix. So that's all you need, really. Nothing wrong with that. For his shoulders and arms, his shoulder pieces are on a floating ball joint. I'm not going to knock it off because they are hard to put back on, these shoulder pieces, but they can rotate. So I might have to show you on this arm. But you can rotate that up. And this is like a double jointed butterfly joint. So you can rise it up and down wherever you want. You can get his arm to like 90 degrees just below. He has got a bicep swivel as well, if you're careful. As well as these floating shoulder pads, as we've said. He's got a double jointed elbow, which is awesome. You can bring it further than that, but I'm not going to because I love this figure and I don't want it broke up. His wrist, you can't swivel his whole wrist, but you can swivel the hand all the way around 360 if that floats your boat, and the same for this arm. So that's that, really. Not too bad. This is where it gets a bit limited because of his bandolier and all his accessories. He does have a swivel at the chest, or the stomach, let's say, so you can swivel that round and round if you really want to, but I'd be careful because you might snap these nice little bits here on the figure, and you don't want to be doing that because it's really nice. You don't want to be damaging nothing. And you can do like a forward looking down if you really want to, and he tilts back a little bit as well, so that's not too shabby. His legs a bit better, so you can like do front kicks, not too far but just enough for a Mando, and you can go quite far back if you want. You can pull those down to get extra range, and you get a thigh swivel, which is quite nice. So you can kind of do a weird split if you want to, but not full split. Or you can do like ballet, salsa moves if you really want to, if that's your cup of tea. You can you get a double jointed knee, so you can bend it down. Nice. So as again, you can do some strange poses. I don't know why you'd want to do this craziness, but it's there for people that want to moan and if they really want to, so we can't argue. These floating pieces, again, I'll be careful with, because if you're not careful and you do too much, you're going to snap them off and then you'll be crying because this guy's expensive. I know I definitely would. And same for this knee. And there's also a floating knee pad there that moves, which is quite good. And finally, for his ankles, you can go all the way around again if you really want to, 360. You get some side to side slightly, not much, up and down perfectly, and you get your toe pivot there. So absolutely lovely. As I said, many people moaned about this guy because of his slightly limited articulation and they didn't like the way he was sculpted. But I think they've done a great job, I can't lie. So I say that with many of my figures because I only really buy stuff that I love. So I personally can't complain because it's awesome, and my OCD is already kicking in because he's not standing how I wanted him to be before. So yeah, there's basic articulation. And now this is going to be a bit of a pain, but this is accessories. So the Mando comes with a boatload of accessories, as you've already seen. He comes with his Rising Phoenix jetpack, which you can just detach like this, and you can put other boosters on the back, so you can have him just the normal, no jetpacked up Mandalorian, which is quite cool. And that's how you put his gun on his back, so you can rock that look if you really take your fancy. Right, the rest of his accessories, so give me 1 minute to take these out because I don't want to be losing any of these, because if you do, you're not going to come across another one very easily. So for Mr. Mando, as I showed you before, he has a knife grip in hand and his BESKAR knife, which is really good. His Rising Phoenix jetpack, he comes with a gun grip in hand and his pistol, as you can see there. Another pauldron, so that's the official pauldron you get on when you get the figure, and you can replace it for the Mudhorn one. You get another holster to make it look as though he's not got a gun in your holster. So if you want that empty holster look, you take the leather piece out, clip it onto that holster, and you can have empty holster look. But I'd be careful because that peg is smaller than my brain cells and it might snap off and you'll be losing it and you'll be crying. As I said, I definitely would. You get various grabbing hands, etc. Some pointing hands, gun gripping hands, blah blah blah. You get a nice flamethrower effect piece, which I'll put on for you in a minute or near the end, so that's really nice. You get this side, you get boosters for his jetpack, so if you really want it, I prefer it just regular, but if it really takes your fancy, you can have the booster look if you want to. So on the back of the box, I don't know if you can see that, but that's what he looks like with the boosters on. Now it gets a bit more complex here, so this is where it gets a bit crazy. So to attach his gun, it's quite hard. So there's his blaster, and his blaster can be disassembled, so then you can have it just hovering over his back clips, but it's very complicated, very, very complicated. And this is why certain people dislike this figure and they rate it low just for all these flimsy accessories, small pieces. But I don't think that's a bad thing. They've given us more stuff, so I don't think we should be moaning about that, even though it does take a bit of time. So you just got to take your time. For example, you can replace the front of the hilt with this energy effect and have a shooting effect on your blaster, which I think is pretty dope, the nice lightning stun effect. So I don't think we can moan about that. As I've already said, you get your boosters for the jetpack, as I showed you. You get these whistling birds from the show when he shoots the guys out of his wrist. So you get a nice whistling bird effect piece. This part here and the other small piece in the box, that's for clipping in the peg on the back of the Mando. So if you twist the Mando around, you'll see various pegs. You clip that into his holster and you take this leather piece out here and strap it over, and you can kind of clip the gun. If you take the scope out the gun, you can clip it over to his back and have him rocking that look. So you can do that if you really want to. So you know what, I'll do it quickly for you now. Right, we're back, guys. Sorry about that. Very small parts, quite a bit of fiddling. I can see why some people don't like this figure, but I don't think it should get the hate it gets, because it's amazing either way. So basically, there's a small, really tiny piece in the gun. I don't know if you can see where the leather strap is there, as my hand's shaking like a leaf. But you take this extraordinarily small piece out. It's like the tiniest piece ever, this thing. And then you clip the leather strap on his back in there. And some people, there is another scope you can remove off the gun and have it connected through the cape, but I just like to leave it hanging like that because it looks more natural. So we've done the easy way and it actually looks better. and then you don't have to cry and you don't have to moan that you've lost the pieces, because you just click one bit out and click the blaster on the top of the gun, which looks absolutely amazing. So there's Mr. Mando, looking dope without his jetpack. And I don't think you can go wrong with this guy. If you love the Mandalorian, like me and my family, there's no excuse. You can get a version of this figure without the silver armour. You can get him in his regular armour, but this just takes the cake. The paint, the metallic look, everything about it is just amazing. And I'm glad I picked it up. So you can have your Mando looking really dope there with Mr. Baby Yoda. You can just, he's just a must-have. If you like Star Wars, you like the Mandalorian, it's just a must-have for the collection, really. Sorry, Baby Yoda, as he falls over again. We're just dropping you all over the place today. So, yep. Last thing I'll do quickly, as promised, is I'll put his flame effect and the whistling birds on just so you can see. So it takes a bit of force, but there you have his little flamethrower effect. It would have been nicer if it was a little bit longer, but we get what we're given, and we've already got a boatload of stuff with this guy. So you've got a little flame effect if you want that there, which is dead nice. If you don't want him posed with guns or Baby Yoda, you can have him with his flamethrower next to a bad guy or something, whatever takes your fancy. Next, just quickly, the whistling birds, and then we'll wrap up. And finally, there's his whistling birds blasting out of his wrist launcher, so you can have that effect if you don't want the flamethrower, which is absolutely awesome. So you can't go wrong with this figure. The only thing I will say is, when you're doing this and you're playing about with him, putting him into poses, etc., if I were you, I'd really consider doing it on a high table, somewhere where you won't lose the parts, because there's so many flimsy bits, and if you lose him, you'll just spoil it for yourself. So I think just that's awesome. And as you can see there, you take that bit off and you just put the original wrist launcher back on, and it fits in seamlessly. So awesome figure, to be honest. Cannot argue with him. I love this one. As I said, probably my favourite in my collection so far from SH Figuarts, even though people dislike him for various reasons. He's not perfect in terms in a perfect world. He isn't perfect, but he is great. And if you like the Mandalorian and you love it like me, then it's a perfect addition to your collection, and it's a must-have. So that's it for this one, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, as always, smash that like button, smash that BESKAR like button, and hit the notifications bell. Really supports me, supports the channel. New channel, so I need more views. Share with a friend that likes Star Wars, who likes the Mandalorian. Let them know about it. Let them know about the figure. You can get this one. It's about 90 bucks from eBay, other sellers. It's quite rare at the minute because it came out before Christmas, and everybody, even though they're moaning about it, they all grabbed one. Resale, etc. You could grab him for like 60, 70 before, but he's gone up to 90. He might be even more now, in the hundreds. So be keeping your eyes peeled. Try and get a good deal. Maybe import him from Japan on eBay. Whatever you want. And yeah, you can get yourself a little Grogu to go with him, which is always nice. So yeah, as always, smash that like button if you liked it. If you didn't, apologies. Again, I'm very random, all over the place, no organisation. I fully understand. But we're out here, we try our best. Let me know if there's any other reviews you want to see down in the comments below. And as always, guys, thanks for your time. As per, you guys are awesome that always watch my videos. Stay safe. Make sure you get some cool stuff to keep yourself occupied in lockdown. Keep it real and keep collecting.